Hey, what's up, people? Marco here, and today we're going to be doing the Vertex version 2 atomizer. So I'm going to give it a bit of a hit and see how it goes. All right. Yeah, there you go. So I've already done a video on the Vertex V1. This is the second inception of, or the second venture of the Boss Mod International into a rebuildable dripping atomizer. So this is what it looks like taken apart. Has the top cap, or the top barrel, the airflow control sleeve, and the actual deck, the actual base. There you go. So it is a tripole atomizer. What you are not seeing is the little juice wells on the bottom, because my build is, as usual, a very shitty dual coil, which I had to do for this this particular video to show off the power of the atomizer. So I have it sitting on a Vertex mod as well from the Boss Mod folks, and you'll notice that the poles are pretty fat. First thing you're going to notice, because I know a lot of you people out there are into that cloud chasing thing. Okay, you're all up into the cloud chasing thing, and a lot of you have been using very thick gauge wires, haven't you? Come on, you're all guilty of that, I know. Because I find it fun too. But for this, I'm using a 0.37 millimeter Canthal wire, and I have it on a parallel coil, dual coil setup that way. So this is what it looks like all taken apart. All right, with the post holes where the leads of your coils go in. These I didn't get the exact specs, but they look like 3 or 3.5 millimeter holes. So building dual coils on this thing, even if you use 0.80 millimeter Canthal wire, I don't think you're gonna have any problems with it. I probably wouldn't, but you know, I'm saying that you can. The difference between this and the version 1 is the absence of the flavoring that the version 1 had. So this one has a bit of a smaller deck, a smaller base, and it fastens down. Instead of using an Allen head or an Allen screw, it uses Phillips head screws. So it's a lot easier for you to take out whatever screwdriver you have, a flat head or a Phillips head, unscrew it, and it makes it a lot easier to build instead of having to carry that Allen wrench around with you. The airflow control is also slightly different. You're going to notice these huge ass air holes. Yeah. So these are for the dual coil setup. So we have it parallel on the other side, so all the way through, you know, right here through the other end, and a single slit for single coil setups on the center of the top barrel. On the airflow control sleeve, we have these 3 slits for dual coils, so there is one on the other side as well. So we have one which is half of the breadth of the center one, and one on the other end. There is some science to this kind of serration, but I'm not quite familiar with how it affects it. What I know is that these huge ass air holes make for a whole lot of chucking of vapor. So the single coil slit goes into you align it on one side and it lines up accordingly, and it blocks off the other two. So you're going to see that stainless little bit there and the slit right here. So that's what it looks like in single coil setup. All right. The serialization is printed here with the the Vertex logo engraved onto the opposite side. So they are serialized, and these have been flying off the shelves pretty quick. In terms of performance, well, you've all seen how it can really chuck the vapor. Well, let's talk about flavor as well. I'm gonna have to be honest here. The Vertex is not the most flavorful atomizer out on the market right now, but given the ease of build that you get out of it and the fact that it can really chuck those clouds, it is still a very fun atomizer to have. I'm not disparaging against the Vertex, because I'm not saying you're losing all the flavor, but there is a significant loss. I mean, I'd be lying if I told you that, oh god, it still tastes like it was made for flavor. Even the Boss Mod folks are very adamant about the fact that this is a vapor atomizer. It's not so much for flavor, although you are still getting it. It really was designed to chuck those clouds. Okay, that's basically what the atomizer is meant for. It's 22 millimeters in diameter, in case you were wondering, so it sits flush on the Vertex mod and anything else with a 22 millimeter diameter for the connection. So here is a pulse mod, which is of the same diameter. It sits similarly on top, sits nice and flush. The point of contact on the 510, the male 510 connection on the atomizer is adjustable, so it has a slit, it has a groove for you to stick a flathead in and screw it out. So I'm just going to give it one last pull and then discuss the rest about the comments section or the description. Alrighty, there you go. Ooh, still choking on the vapor there. So it's really a cinch to build. You just got to coil it, stick it in, tighten it down, stick the top cap back on, start vaping away. When you vape it on single coil, I have to admit it is pretty much like any traditional atomizer that runs on a single coil. You get a decent amount of flavor, even if because you do have the option to dilate the air hole about halfway through on single coil mode. And typically what I do when I do that is nice and tight halfway down there. So you get a decent amount of flavor, you get a decent amount of vapor, and the atomizer serves its purpose, basically. So you're not just chucking the clouds and all, but definitely this is one of the atomizers that I would take to a cloud chase competition. It can definitely hold its own. That much I can say with absolute certainty. You can take this to a cloud chase comp, and you're definitely gonna, as long as you build it well enough, you're definitely gonna be able to hold your own. So that is the Vertex V2. You've seen how it performs. I've talked about how it tastes and all that jazz. Pricing and other pertinent details will be in the description of the video. So again, I'd like to thank the Boss Mod family for sending this over. I really appreciate it, and having loads of fun with it. So, oh, by the way, the airflow control sleeve comes in 4 different finishes. This is in black Teflon, but it also comes available in copper, in brass, and in stainless steel. Personally, I liked all of them except for the stainless steel one. The stainless steel one comes in mirror finish, similar to how this top barrel is finished. So it has that nice shiny look. But for the type of mod I have, black, copper, and brass look really sweet on it. The accent is just, really cool. And even when it fades, it's nice. And at least you have the inner barrel in stainless steel. So the portion that's getting burned when you vape is the stainless steel bit. So I'm still not a big fan of brass and copper, but they look really nice. And you can't buy them separately, I believe. You got to pick one. When you buy, you got to say, okay, I want either the copper one, the brass one, the SS one, or the black Teflon one. So there you go. I like the Teflon one because it doesn't heat up. I mean, you get that warmth and all that. But one last quick story before I go. I was at the hospital about last week, Tuesday, early in the morning. So I was at the hospital, and my box mod, I put it in my bag, and the switch sort of got pressed. And I was talking to the doctor, and she was, I told her, Doc, I can smell something, burning. You got anything burning there or anything? And she said, no, we don't. Then I realized, shit, my mod is in my bag, and it's probably firing. So I took it out, and true enough, my cotton was gone, and the coils were, they were red hot. So when it cooled down, I got some toilet paper, and I pried off the top cap. I was surprised that the insulator hadn't been fucked up. I mean, it hadn't even flowered up yet. So I was, okay. So I normally don't torture test insulators because I don't want to have to buy the insulators and have them replaced and wait about a week to get them installed or something like that. But well, there you go. Obviously, it was designed for low resistance sub-ohm vaping and cloud chasing. So yeah, just a little story about it, and that's pretty much how the atomizer is. So that's about it for the Vertex version 2, the Vertex rebuildable dripping atomizer. I'm gonna catch you all soon, and y'all vape hard, fellas. Cheers. See you soon.